Welcome to Enlightenment of Change on webtalkradio.net. I'm Connie Whitman, your host. Now, every week as you guys check in and come and listen to the show, I hope that my guests and myself are providing some real valuable content for you on your road to navigating change, whatever change that might be. So hopefully we can help you build client relationships. Hopefully we can help you scale your business perhaps. Hopefully we can change your inner self-talk and maybe at the end of the day really help you create the life that you desire and that you really do deserve. So that's the point of the show. So my motivational quote today is by Maddie Mullins, and Maddie, girl or boy, says, the only person you should strive to be better than is the person you were yesterday. So would you say that you are a positive or a negative thinker? You know, do you look at your glass as half full or half empty? And think about your state of mind at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. Do you feel alive and happy and engaged and just raring to go when you wake up? And at night, when you lay your head on that pillow, do you look back on your day and think, wow, that was a really great, productive day? Now, all of these questions that I just asked, they really matter, and they will help you to where you may be derailing yourself or uncover where you're derailing yourself without even understanding why your life is not probably what you hope it to be. So, of course, I have an amazing guest today. She's on, I think this is her second or third time on the show, my beautiful, wonderful friend, Nancy Solari. And she is an authentic, passionate, and successful example, truly, of how you can live the life you want with the right mindset and foundation. Regardless of the challenge you face, with perseverance and desire for greatness, you can begin to living full out. Now, Nancy's a best-selling author and a renowned speaker in business success, right? In business success and personal motivation. As a life coach, she has empowered people to overcome their physical and emotional challenges and achieve whatever those goals are that you desire. And when Nancy was 16 years old, she was diagnosed with a retinitis pigmentosa. I'm going to have her say that later, and has experienced progressive vision loss over the years. Now, despite her prognosis, she was resilient in creating a vision for her future and determined to live with purpose and follow her dreams. She went on to work for Good Morning America and Entertainment Tonight. She's amazing, had a professional music career, and was a top producing realtor in Southern California. Holy smoke, she's amazing. Now, today, Nancy hosts the National Living Full Out show and is an inspiring example of creating a successful life through determination and positivity. Nancy believes everyone is capable of overcoming adversities and living full out. Holy smokes, please welcome my amazing, awesome guest, Nance, to the show. So thanks for being on, Nance. Is that okay? I love it. I love it. Yes, she filled me in on your nicknames, right? Yes. So, Nance, I was looking to shorten your bio so we could chat an extra minute or so. But after I looked at it over and over again, I think it's so important for people to know like who you are. And even with the diagnosis of the vision loss, all the amazing things that you've gone on to do and continue to do. And I think it was important to just share that in that intro. So I do apologize for it being, a little longer than my usual. Yes, I think it was worth it. So here's my first question. How do you stay positive during times of uncertainty, kind of like what we're living through in 2020, right? Mm-hmm. Mm, that's right. Yes. Yes. That's right. Well, it's funny, and I'm smiling that you're saying that, because in my intro, it was just that. How do you wake up and how do you go to bed? And I do believe that that start and end to every day creates either a positive mindset or that negative mindset, right? The glass half full or empty. And I think it was Wayne Dyer. I think in Wishes Fulfilled, in his book Wishes Fulfilled, in one of the chapters, he says, when you go to bed at night, right, you lay your head on the pillow and just start to list all the things you're grateful for that day. So you end on a positive note. And he said it could be that cup of coffee this morning was awesome, right? It doesn't have to be that, I made a public speaking event and I was the number one speaker. It doesn't have to be anything grand, but just what were you grateful for? Kind of make the list so you fall asleep percolating on positive energy and a positive mindset. And then when you wake up in the morning, to start your day, before you even drop your feet to the floor, think of three things that you're looking forward to or that you're grateful that's going to happen that day. And that's exactly kind of what you said, right? You start your day with music or meditation or whatever, but you kind of end your day with that positive fulfillment as well. And I think that's important because I don't know about you, but the news doesn't do that or provide that. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Give examples of what you do. Let's say, you wake up, you're positive, you're great, and then one thing after another, derail, derail, derail. Oh my God, can't believe that happened. How do you kind of stop it and reframe yourself? Mm, mm, yeah, mm, yeah, it's true. And what's the old saying? The more you give, the more you get. And that's exactly what you're describing. If you could twist it to kind of park your own crap for that moment and say, wait, this other person is in distress. Let me see how I can help them. Maybe it's just listening to them because they, frustration of something happening at home, right, with a family member. Again, the more you give, the more you get. So it becomes rewarding because you're not focusing on your crap anymore. And then I bet when you do that, Nance, and I do that too, but when you do that, what you were worried about prior to that shift of listening to someone else, now you look back and you think, well, all right, that really wasn't so bad, right? It puts it in perspective. Mm, mm. And I like how you said that. Like sometimes it's going for a walk. My older son, he graduated and was looking for a job, and then COVID hit, right? So poor kid has a degree, and he's working what he did during the summer. Which for me, I'm like, you know what? Just going. You got to do what you got to do, right? So you're not too good for any job per se, and he's really enjoying it, right? So, but initially he was very stressed out. So I said to him, he likes to run and he likes to work out. He's an exercise kid. I said, go for a walk. We have a beautiful park locally and it's very hilly, so you get a good workout. I said, why don't you go and run the trails? And he did, and he came home and he said, oh, I feel like a new person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do his. He was like energized, and so, and then they closed the parks with COVID, and yet he's like, Mom, what's happening? I said, you know what? Go walk around the neighborhood. So you're still walking outside, but going for a walk, you're moving your body, but you're clearing your head because you're still part of nature. That little tip is really, really, it's excellent. It's an excellent tip for anybody listening where your frustration is off the charts. Just unplug, say, excuse me, and go for a walk outside. And you'll see it's such good medicine. It really is such good medicine. So, how do the mantras, ideas of living full out, apply to this time that we're facing right now, for instance? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, and I think it was Oprah. She said that the universe talks to you. It depends if you're listening. So it starts like, and I think she does it in a very jokingly way and loving way. But she said initially it kind of whispers, and if you don't ignore it, it starts yelling, and if you don't ignore it, it takes a two by four and hits you upside your head, so that you go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's kind of the essence of what you're saying, right? We have to kind of listen to what's going on in our life, because it really is a guide whether we're living the path we should be living, or are we taking the easy way out, or are we taking too much on. And before you just said being kind to yourself, like taking that half day off. I need to, I need, just when you said that, I thought, that very, very wise words, my friend Nancy, because I don't practice that self-love and that self-care. It's do more. They need you. Go and do that. You know what? You could rest later. You don't need to sleep. Go and handle that. Your sister needs you. Your mom needs you. This one needs you. And I give and give and give and give, because I think, what's the big deal? I can do it. But what happens is I deplete myself to the point where I'm worn out. And that's dangerous, because now what happens, right? You're not good for anybody, whether it's your business, your job, your family. We become almost like a useless component, because we haven't fortified our own energy and our own person. So I am. It's funny that you said that, and I really have to work on that, Nance, because I really do not practice self love, and that's bad. It's bad. Hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're absolutely right. And music really is for the soul. It is. You feel it at the soul. At least I hear, when I hear music, it moves me. Sometimes to the point of tears, depending on what the song is. When you start listening to words, the lyrics of a song, they could bring you to tears, and I mean tears of joy, because it just strikes a chord in your soul. Right? It's moving. It's that moving. So you mentioned a business before. If you're a business owner or you're looking to start a business, what advice do you have for anyone who's maybe thinking, especially during this time, to start a business? Like, what have you learned that you can share? Mm. Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. And that's so well said. Aside from the vision, right, impairment, I don't care what business you're in, I don't care what you're creating or what industry you're in. You can't do it alone. It's impossible because as one person, you can't possibly have all the resources needed, knowledge needed, expertise needed to do all of the things that you need to do in a business, like websites, social media, all those things. So if you're a really good accountant, you probably aren't going to be a good web designer or a social media expert. So I think business owners, we tend to think I could do it, I could save money, I could do it myself, I'm intelligent, which is all true. But I think you have to look at, is it worth the time that you're willing to put into that, where you could be doing your business, making money? It's usually cheaper to hire somebody and build that team that you just described, let them do, like, stay in your lane, right? Let them do their expertise. You create the business and the revenue and the exposure faster by building a team. And I think you're really good at that. Mm-hmm. Mm, yeah. Which is true because we spend more time working than we do in, I'm going to use the word play life, right? Which is when you're home with family that you could kind of chill and relax and, go out to dinner, whatever it is. Well, maybe not go out to dinner lately, but you know what I'm saying? Like outdoor dining, right? Or outdoor takeout. But we spend more time at work. So if you're not enjoying yourself at work, maybe it's time to rethink, is this the right work for you? If you're having more bad days than good days, maybe, like we said before, the universe is tapping you saying, maybe now's the time for you to shift and pivot and create something new in your life, right? That could be, yeah. Yeah. It's true. I have a friend who published a book the beginning of 2020, and I was in the throes of publishing my book, which I have since published. But I didn't know what I didn't know, and someone I had met through networking online because of COVID, right? I was going to networking, and she lives out in St. Louis or something, and I mentioned about, oh, now I have this book project, and she says, oh, do you have a publisher? I'm like, no. And she says, oh, you need to talk to. So I'm like, okay. That day did an intro email. So this was probably about 8 weeks ago. I met the woman who introduced me to a PR firm, and the book launched in July 16th. The book launched within 5 hours. Nance, it was a number one best-selling author in the U.S. and by the next day, an international best-selling author. So, and I'm not doing that to brag. Please don't take that. I'm trying to make my point here. Had I not spoken about, I have this project, I don't know the next step. So when you talk about what you need, or what you're not sure that you need, inevitably you're having a conversation with the right person or the person who could connect you to the right person. The universe kind of puts it right smack dab in your path. And literally within 5 weeks, they pulled everything together, and that PR firm. And it was funny because recently someone said to me, so who did you use, or do you mind sharing how you did it? And I share anything, Nancy. You have a question, I was successful at something, I'll share it. I'll show you, right? I want everybody to be successful. You share the wealth. And I said to her, well, I'll give you the person's name. I did absolutely nothing. She gave me the emails. I used her emails. She said, post on this day at this time. I posted on that day at that time. I stayed in my lane. She's the expert, right? That's the kind of thing we're talking about, that you have to trust people to do what they do. And that's when the magic happens. But if I were saying, no, 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 I don't think that email reads right. I think we need to say this to be in control of something I know nothing about. I don't know that the results would have been the same, right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Yeah, it becomes a very slippery slope. I'm laughing because I am a planner. My husband laughs. I have like a 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, 3 year, 9 year, 10 year plan. And I'll say something. He goes, are we looking 10 years out or 20 years out? I'm like, wait, let me think about that. You know, how do you not have a plan? That's how I was raised. That's my thought process. That's how I roll, right? But there are times where you're exactly right. Surrender. And surrendering, for my control freaks out there, I like control too, but you have to learn when to surrender. It's not an easy thing to learn, but you have to do it, because that. And I love how you said that. That's when the magic really does happen. All right, so I have a really important question to ask you. Looking back on your life now, what do you wish that, like, if you could turn back time, what would you have done differently? Mm. Yep. Yeah. Oh, right. That's right. You're at 100% agree. It's funny because as you were saying that, I look back and I think, gosh, I wish I had saved more money. I wish I had sold my house sooner. I wish I had done this or that sooner. But all of those lessons learned help you now. And it's funny, when I started my business when I was 39. And when I meet young entrepreneurs or young business owners and I try to share, and they're like, yeah, 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 like they know. And I think, you're on your journey. I'm going to back off. Like, see, again, stay in your lane, because I know now what I didn't know, 20 years ago. And it's just really interesting when I speak to younger people, but they have to make their own mistakes. My kids, right? My kids are 21 and 24. They have to make their own mistakes. And it's hard. It's hard to watch people make a mistake that they could bypass, or like shorten the path, right? Shorten the road, the path to whatever the success or outcome is. So life is not always easy, but I agree, the journey is where it's wonderful. That's the journey. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Makes us who we are. So well said. Yeah, agree. What do you think inspires you to just keep going every day? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes. Right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. It's true. It's really true. And so for you, what inspires you or what keeps you moving is really the unknown, right? The butterflies, the new experience. Tomorrow, I'm on a show. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to be recording with someone else. I'm the guest, which is interesting, right? Because you're a podcast host too. The different sides of the mic's quite interesting, right? So to be on the guest side, and she asked me, what are songs that you like and inspire you? And I thought, oh, like, it was so easy, such an easy answer. Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten, right? Tomorrow's Unwritten. It's your book. Write what you want. You could create anything you want. I so believe that. And the other one it's an old one. I'm dating myself, but Robert Palmer, All Kinds of People. And with everything isn't that another good one? But with everything that's going on, we're all at the core. Our blood is the same. Our intestines are the same. We're really all the same. So why don't we go and say, hey, just what we're creating, what we're talking about creating in our business, right? Bringing in people that support us. I need all kind of people in my life. I don't just want people like Connie Whitman in the world to be in my orbit. I want that diversity, right? I embrace that diversity. So yeah, it was just such an interesting question, being on the other side and pausing and thinking, what does inspire me? What are the songs that kind of are my aha moments? So yes, yes, yep, yes, right. It's true. You just have to pay attention to it, Nance. I think, like you said, you took advantage. And I did the same thing with my company, right? I'm creating a whole nother division, right? I published the book. So I took advantage of the downtime, but the byproduct every night, my son was home from college. My other son was here. We had dinner every night. One wasn't going to the girlfriend. My husband wasn't running here. I was running to a networking event. We were home for dinner every night for that period of time. We had so much fun. We had great conversations. Even after dinner was done, we sat around the kitchen table and just BS'd a little bit. It's been a long time as a family that we were able to do that because our schedules are our schedules, right? And I don't want to hold them back from living their life, living full out. So I don't want to say, well, you shouldn't be with your girlfriend. You should have dinner with us. No, he should be with his girlfriend, right? That's normal stuff. So yeah, I agree. You find the opportunity no matter what the unknown or what tomorrow brings. Find the opportunity and the goodness in it. Yeah, well said. Yeah. So, guys, I know you need more Nancy in your life. So, here's the deal. And I do highly recommend number one, you check out her website, which is livingfullout.com, and or connect with her, email her at connect@livingfullout.com. And what's the name of your show? Is Living Full Out, right? And it's on, go ahead. Nice. Nice. I love it. And you just give such great advice and information. And I feel like you are living full out. I think you are the epitome of that whole kind of phraseology of your business. You live and breathe it, which I think is so awesome to find someone who created something and actually lives it. It's authentic. And I started with that in with the bio. You're passionate, but you're really authentic in the real deal. And the first time somebody introduced us, your PR person, I'm not really sure when your book came out. And right, you and I, we hit it off immediately because I think philosophically we're just so similar with how we live. We live full out, and I think that's just an awesome phraseology. So check out my good friend Nance at livingfullout.com. Again, check out her show on all of the platforms, livingfullout.com, her podcast, and learn a thing or two, right? And to be inspired every day. I think that's a cool way to live. I am also still offering the free communication style assessment. Please feel free to go to whitmanassociates.com/CSA communication style assessment. Additionally, I am going to be offering fairly frequently a new masterclass I'm creating based on my book, ESP, Easy Sales Process, 7 Steps to Sales Success. So join me. You might be a great candidate for that. I'd love to explore that with you. All the details again are on whitmanassociates.com. Check it out. Nance, thanks again for being on, for being such a great guest, and just always for inspiring me. I enjoy our time today. I feel like my vibration always changes with you. It's wonderful. Thank you for that. Yeah, yeah. Have fun, live full out. God darn it, right? I love it. And I hope you guys will join me weekly as we question, build, and discover together that no matter what change that you have in your life, I hope my guests and myself provide tips, ideas that you can implement now, today. Listen to music, go for that walk, whatever it is for you to create and inspire whatever your unwritten tomorrow brings you. So thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Enlightenment of Change with me, your host, Connie Whitman, on webtalkradio.net. I wish you all truly an inspired week. Do something differently. Just try one little step forward and see what magic happens. Thanks, Nance. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.